husband and I saved $20,000 in 12 months and we made less than six figures at the time. And so here's how we did it. Hey, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel, we talk about life and money and how you can enjoy life and accomplish financial goals through the use of a budget. So if you want to learn more about budgeting and personal finance, this is the channel for you. You can scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. Today I wanted to sit down and share with you how my husband and I were able to save $20,000 over 12 months time, and yes, we made less than six figures. The money that we were saving this towards was for our house down payment. We ended up buying our house in September 2019, so I realized that we did do this a few years ago, but I think that the methods that we used, the things that we did, are definitely still applicable to today. The first thing we did to be able to save $20,000 over a year's time was budget. And obviously I love budgeting. I talk about it a lot here on my channel, but budgeting is the backbone to accomplishing your financial goals. It allows you to be able to have a plan for your money every month, and you're therefore able to track how your progress of your financial goal is going. If you want to learn how to start a budget, I have the video for you. I'll leave a link to that up above and you can check that out as an easy tutorial video of how you can budget. And again, I share a ton of budgeting videos here on my channel, but I think that a lot of people want to stay away from budgeting because it feels like it could be restrictive, or you even think back to maybe your childhood where you wanted to get something and your parents were like, no, we can't get that because it's not in the budget. And it just feels like the budget is like the downer, like saying that you can't do something, but it's actually the complete opposite. A budget allows you the permission to spend on things because you've had a plan for it. And you can have a plan for the things that you enjoy while still accomplishing your financial goals because you use a budget. So anyway, I'll get off my budgeting topic, but I love talking about budgeting because it's been so helpful for my husband and I. While we were paying off debt, we paid off $87,000 of student loans, and then also while saving aggressively towards a big goal like an emergency fund or a down payment on a house. The next thing we did was we found ways to be able to cut back on expenses that just weren't as important to us. For us, buying a house was so important, and we had this dream for many years to be able to buy a house someday. And so that goal was just so important to us that we were willing to make the sacrifices in other areas of our life to be able to achieve that goal. So we took a look at our budget to see things that we could cut back on for a season so that we could accomplish this financial goal faster. For us during that time, that meant we limited eating out a bit more. And so we were spending maybe like $50 to $75 a month on eating out, which meant a couple times a month we'd go basically get takeout, and that's okay for, a season. And we don't do that now anymore. Like now we'll go to restaurants and we'll do those kinds of things. But we were so focused and so excited to be able to become homeowners that we knew we needed to save, and so we gave up some things that just weren't as important to us. And that may be different for everyone. I'm all for spending money on the things that are important to you, but to be able to reach your financial goals, you also therefore need to find ways to cut back on things that aren't as important. So let's say that you are paying for cable, but you watch it like once or twice a week. Maybe you can cut cable, save some money there. You're cutting back on something that you weren't really enjoying that much anyway. It's an easy way to be able to free up more room in your budget that you can then put towards your financial goal, like saving. The third thing we did to be able to reach that savings goal was find ways to make additional money. And we did this through different side hustles and also me building my business. So at that time in our lives, we were both working 9-to-5 jobs. I was working in accounting, my husband was working in marketing, and we had like entry-level salaries there. But we then were doing some side hustles on the side. I was doing some extra like social media marketing for a small business for a few hours a week, which brought in a little bit of, additional income. And then I also was working my business here on YouTube, making a little bit of money off of YouTube. And my channel was a lot smaller at the time, so I was making like a little bit of something, but building my business there. So finding ways to bring in additional money for our household meant that we therefore had more room in our budget to be able to put towards that financial goal. And the fourth thing we did was put every extra dollar we could towards our goal of savings. So like I said, we were finding ways that we could cut things out of our budget, and we were also finding ways that we could make money. And every extra dollar we could find and squeeze out of our budget, we then put towards that goal of saving. That also meant that we were putting additional income that we maybe weren't expecting to this goal as well. Like getting our tax refund, we just put all of our tax refund like that year to our goal of saving for the house because we knew how important this goal was to us, and we were totally willing to make some sort of sacrifices in our lives during that time to be able to reach that goal faster. You know what? I realized that for us, buying a house in 2019 was a lot different than trying to buy a house in 2022, just a few years later, and I'm not naive to that at all. So if you are trying to work on saving, if you are trying to work on saving for a down payment on a house, I totally get that that's hard and that your down payment on your house may be more now than what ours was in 2019. But if you're trying to save money quickly, this is how you can maximize your budget and optimize your finances to be able to get there as soon as possible. By first creating a budget, having a plan for your finances every month, finding things that you can cut out of your budget, cutting out things that aren't as important to you to free up more room, and then finding ways that you can make more money so that you can put even more towards your goal. And then focusing all of your attention on that one goal at this time. So every extra dollar is going towards that goal specifically so you can get it done as soon as possible. So let me know in the comments below, what are you working on saving towards and what is your savings goal? And maybe we can support each other there in the comments. So thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more budgeting related content, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.